Good morning, friends, and happy Blue Day. So today happens to be Blue Day, which is our color of the month. So that is why I wore my blue shirt. And you know what it says on my blue shirt? It says Baby Steps Preschool, our school. So what I did was I went around my house and I found things that are blue. So not only did I find my t-shirt, I found these blue bracelets. Let's see what else I found. I found a blue Yoshi. Hi, guys. I also found a blue PlayStation controller. I found a blue guinea pig hairbrush. I found a blue ice cube tray. I found a blue guinea pig bed. A blue blanket. And a blue cup. So what I would like you guys to do today is go around your house and see if you can find a bunch of things that are blue. Okay, and then you could send me a picture of the blue things you found while wearing your blue clothes. Okay, that would be really cool if you guys could do that. If you could send me all the blue things that you find in your house in a picture along with your cool blue outfit. And then I will send it all to everyone and we will see what we found. Awesome. Okay, so let's sing hello, everyone. Ready? Hello, cha-cha-cha. Hello, cha-cha-cha. Hello, and how are you? Cha-cha-cha. I'm fine, cha-cha-cha. I'm fine, cha-cha-cha. And I hope that you are too, cha-cha-cha. Okay. So we're going to start with our calendar. We're getting pretty close to being done with this month, which is crazy, right? Okay, who could tell me the name of our month? It begins with the letter M, which says, What month is it? Good, it's a March. Could we say March? Ready? March, good. We're in the month of March. We're in the month of March. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. We're in the month of March. We're in the month of March. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Good. Let's count how many days we have so far in March. So I'm going to need everyone's help because, like I said, we're getting towards the end of the month, so it's going to be a lot of counting. So can you guys help me? Ready? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Whew, that was a lot of counting. So what number comes after 25, friends? What number comes after 25? Good, it's 26, which is a 2 and a 6. Can we say 26? Ready? 26. So today is March 26th. And who could tell me the name of our year? What year is it? Good. It's 2020, so that hasn't changed. Can we say that together? Ready? 2020. And hey, look, it's a blue marker too. Okay, so who could tell me the name of our season? What season are we in? Good, it's spring. Can we say spring? Ready? Spring. Good. And we said it rains a lot in spring, right? So the flowers can grow. Today actually happens to be a nice sunny day, which is a nice change. So. Okay, so let's figure out what day of the week it is. So yesterday was Wednesday. Yesterday was Wednesday. Now let's figure out what today is. Ready? We have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What? What day comes after Wednesday? Who could tell me? Good. Today is Thursday. Could we say Thursday? Ready? Thursday. Good. Now let's figure out what tomorrow will be. So today's Thursday. Let's figure out what tomorrow will be. We have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What? What day comes after Thursday? What day comes after Thursday? Good. Friday. Could we say Friday? Ready? Friday. So today is Friday. Today is, wow, my goodness, friends. Tomorrow will be Friday. I think Miss Amanda needs to know. Tomorrow will be Friday. Very good, guys. Awesome. Okay, let's go over the stuff we've been learning this week. Okay. This is our letter of the week. Who could tell me what our letter of the week is? Good. It's the letter K. Could we say K? Ready? K. And what sound does K make, guys? Who could tell me? Good. It's ka. Could we say ka, ka? Ready? Ka, ka. Like ka, ka. Kite. Can we say that together? Ready? Ka, ka, kite. Ready? Ka, ka, kite. Awesome. Good. Now let's go over our sight word. Our sight word is G-O. Who could tell me what G-O spells? What does G-O spell? G-O spells go. Could we say go? Ready? Go. Awesome. So G-O spells go. Okay, so G-O spells go, right? Like, my sentence is, I am going to go to the library. Right? Can you think of a sentence for go? Awesome. Could we say go? Ready? Go. Awesome. Now let's go over our word family. Okay. So our word family is the A-N word family. A-N spells an, right? Could we say an? Ready? An. Now we're going to make some words using an. Okay, so I'm going to add a C in front of it. Who could tell me what sound the letter C makes? It says ka, ka. Can we say that together? Ready? Ka, ka. Now we're going to add an. So we have ka, an, ka, an, which makes can. Can we say can? Ready? Can. Good. Now we have the letter P. What sound does the letter P make? It is our word, wow. Our letter last week. It says pa, pa. Can we say it together? Ready? Pa, pa. Now we're going to add an. So we have pa, an, which makes what word? Pan. Can we say pan? Ready? Pan, like we cook it. Okay. Now I'm going to add the letter M. What sound does M make? It says like that's delicious. Can we say Now we're going to add an to that. So we have an, which makes what word? Man. Can we say man? Ready? Man. And now I'm going to add the letter R. What sound does R make, friends? It says Can we say And now we're going to add an. So we have and, which makes what word? Ran. Can we say ran? Ready? Ran. Good. Now I'm going to add an F to it. What sound does the letter F make? It says f. Can we say it together? Ready? And now we're going to add an. So we have and. Well, what word do we hear there? It's fan. Can we say fan, right? Like we turn on the fan when it's hot. Okay, now I'm going to add a V. What sound does the letter V make, guys? Right, this is one that tickles our lip. It says V. Can we say that? V, right? It should tickle. Let me say that with V. And. and, which says what? What word is that? Van, right? Like a type of car. Could we say van? Ready? Van. And last, we're going to add a letter T. What sound does the letter T make? What sound does T make? T says ta, ta. Can we say that together? Ready? Ta, ta. And now we're going to add and. So ta, and, ta, and, ta, and. What do we hear? It's tan, right? Like when you go outside in the sun, you can get tan or tan as in the color tan, which, I don't really have anything over here that's tan. My couch is sort of tan. It's like a light brown. Can we say tan? Good. So ready now, we're going to say all of our words together. So you guys repeat after me. Can we say can, can, pan, man, ran, fan, van, tan. Very good, guys. Okay, so now we're going to go over our numbers. We're going to go over our numbers. So our first number of the month is a 1 and a, oops, hope I didn't drop the markers, 3. Who could tell me what number a 1 and a 3 is? What number is a 1 and a 3? It's the number 13. Could we say 13? Ready? 13. And now what number is a 1 and a 4? What number is a 1 and a 4? It's the number 14. Could we say 14? Good. 14. So one more time. 13, 13, 14, 14. Awesome job, guys. Okay. Let's go over our shape of the month. So what shape is this, guys? It has 2 names. Who could tell me the first name of the shape? And the second name. Good. So the first name we can call him is rhombus. Could we say rhombus? Ready? Rhombus. And his second name is diamond. Could we say diamond? Ready? Diamond. Good. So we can call this rhombus or diamond. So who can tell me something they know about rhombus or diamonds? They have what? Good. They have 4 straight sides. Can we say 4 straight sides? Ready? 4 straight sides. And all the sides have to be what on a rhombus or diamond? Good. We say all the sides are the same. Can we say that together? Ready? All the sides are the same. Awesome. So it has to have 4 straight sides and all the sides are the same. Okay. So we're going to read another book about water, right? Because we're learning about water this month. So this book is just called Water. And it's one of our National Geographic books, which we love these books, right? Because we learn so much. So today I'm going to be doing a little experiment with water where I'm going to try to dissolve something in water. Dissolve means it breaks apart in water, okay? I'm gonna try to dissolve some Skittles in water and see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna post that a little bit later today. We'll see what happens when I try to dissolve some Skittles in water. But first, let's learn about water. This is a pretty good book, and it's gonna review some of the things we've learned already because we're already almost at the end of week 3 of water. We've learned a lot, so let's review what we've learned. A watery world. Take a look at Earth from space. Why does our planet look so blue? So you guys tell me, what is all this blue stuff? It's water, right? It's blue because water covers about 75% of our Earth's surface, or 3/4. So most of our Earth, as you see, is blue. So most of it is made up of water. Half of the world's plants and animals live in water. Wow, that's crazy, right? Half of the plants and animals live in water. The other half depend on water to live and grow. Life as we know couldn't exist without water. There is about 36 quintillion gallons of water, which is a huge number. It's a lot of zeros. gallons of water in Earth's oceans, lakes, ponds, rivers, and streams. So that's a lot of water. 36 quintillion. No, 326 quintillion. That's a big number. The first life on Earth was tiny one-cell creatures that appeared in the ocean about 3.5 billion years ago. As time passed, these simple creatures changed and developed. They became larger and more complex creatures. Scientists believe that life on Earth were tiny one-cell creatures called archaea. This photograph was taken under a microscope that shows a type of one-celled animal that lives today. This is what the first animals in the ocean looked like. But obviously they don't look like that anymore. Or most of them don't. The earliest animals probably lived about 600 million years ago. Wow, that was a long time ago. Eventually, some animals left the water and moved onto land, but many animals and other creatures continue to live in Earth's oceans. This picture shows just a few of the animals that lived in Earth's ancient oceans 600 million years ago. So we can think of lots of plants and animals that live in the ocean, right? We've talked about them before. And next week especially, we're going to talk a lot about animals and plants in the ocean and how also it helps us as humans and animals to have water. All about oceans. Almost all of Earth's water is from its 4 big oceans. The Atlantic Ocean, which happens to be the one by where we live, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, and Arctic Ocean. All of the oceans are connected, and salty seawater is always on the move. So you can see all these arrows show that the water moves all throughout the oceans. It doesn't stay in one place. Deep cold water currents flow across the ocean floor towards the equator. The equator is the line that goes to the middle of the Earth. Warmer water near the surface moves towards the north and south poles. Current means a flowing stream of water that moves within a larger body of water, and the equator is an imaginary line that cuts the middle of the Earth. Wavy water. So, as wind blows, waves form in the ocean, right? I'm sure we've all seen waves before at the beach. When a wave gets closer to shore, the bottom hits the shallow seafloor and slows down, but the top keeps going. This causes the top to fall over and crash, right? I'm sure you guys have all seen the waves coming into the beach. So here's a weird but true fact. Scientists have explored less than 1/10 of the ocean's total area. Because the ocean is just so big, scientists have only explored 1/10 of it, which is only a tiny little bit. The ocean is just that big. It says, look out across the ocean, and you will see nothing but water and waves. However, just below the surface, the ocean is full of life. Deeper down, the water is pitch black and freezing cold. So there's a reason for that. Remember, we said this last month when we were learning about light. The sun's rays can't go all the way down. So towards the bottom of the ocean, right, it was dark and cold, right? Because the sun's light and heat can't get all the way down. If you guys remember, we had even looked at certain types of animals that had made their own light. Like, remember the anglerfish that had the little light that hung off his head? And some of the fish that glow in the dark, right? So even though it's dark and cold down there, some animals can still live there. So let's look at them. Here are some animals that are able to live in these freezing, cold, dark conditions. We have blue-striped snappers, plankton, deep-sea squid, and deep-sea crabs and tube worms. Quiet waters. Unlike the salty ocean, lakes and ponds are filled with fresh water. So ocean water is salty, okay? We cannot drink it. It would be disgusting. It's full of lots of salt. It doesn't taste very good. But there are certain bodies of water called freshwater. Freshwater are things we can drink. Now, I wouldn't recommend going and drinking the nearest pond near you because the water probably tastes disgusting. But technically, it's freshwater and it's technically what animals and people can drink. Lakes and ponds are filled with fresh water. These normally quiet bodies of waters are fed by rivers, streams, or underground springs. They form low areas of land. So here is a lake in North America, which is the continent we live on. It says Lake Superior is the largest lake in North America. It contains 1/10 of the fresh water on Earth's surface. Okay, so this is a very big lake. It's one of the Great Lakes, actually. We have what are called Great Lakes in North America, which are really big lakes. That's why they call them Great Lakes. Here is a glacier, okay, and I'm sure you could see the difference. A pond is liquid water. A glacier is frozen solid. Many of the world's ponds and lakes formed in a surprising way. Thousands of years ago, Earth was very cold. Thick glaciers covered large areas of Europe and North America. As these ice sheets, so here's this big glacier today, that this one actually still exists today. It's in Argentina. They scraped giant holes in the land as they moved, these glaciers. Then, about 11,000 years ago, Earth warmed up. Many of the glaciers melted, and their water drained into the holes that the glaciers formed to make lakes and ponds. Okay, so we still have glaciers today because obviously some parts of Earth are still very cold, but the whole Earth is not cold. So these glaciers melted, and the holes that the glaciers made as they scraped across the ground filled with water, and that's how we got our lakes and ponds. Fish and frogs, snails and turtles, ducks and dragonflies. These are just a few of the animals that live in, on, and around lakes and ponds. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to a lake or a pond, but there's a really, really, really big one near my house called Lake Ronkonkoma. Lake Ronkonkoma is actually the biggest lake on Long Island, and it happens to be right near my house. And there's also a bunch of smaller lakes and ponds near me. We just happen to have quite a few where I live. There's actually a pretty big one near school. There's a pretty big lake. And there's a couple of smaller ponds around. If you've ever been to a lake or a pond, you can look at the different animals there. By my old house, there was a huge turtle called a snapping turtle. And then there was lots and lots of ducks there too. But if you go there, you sometimes might see birds too. Like there's some geese near the pond near me. And sometimes there's a swan. So again, if you go there, you might see different types of animals that live there. Here is a great egret. Now, I've never seen one of these. As water plants soak up sunlight, they get energy to make food. Well, we know that, right? We learned that in our last unit. Plants can't make any food without sun. Then the plants become dinner for insects, fish, snails, and ducks. Like here is an egret eating. And those animals are eaten by frogs, birds, and other predators. Quiet waters are the perfect home for all of these creatures on a pond or a lake. So like I said, when you can, if you can go to a pond or a lake near your house or apartment, you'll find all different kinds of creatures there. Go with the flow. As the rain falls and snow melts, water flows downhill. It forms fast-moving streams that join together, becoming rivers. The water keeps on going until it reaches the ocean, right? This is the water cycle. We learned this last week. The kind of life in a river depends on how quickly the water flows, because some rivers flow faster than others. Plants can't grow in fast-moving water. I mean, that makes sense. But if the water's going really fast, the plant can't live there because it's not going to be able to stay in one place. It'll just get swept down the river. But they have no trouble surviving in slower water. So if the water is moving slowly, the plants are able to grow and they're not going to get swept away. Animals live in the areas of a river where they can find food. So this is a river in eastern Africa that flows into the Indian Ocean. And we have rivers all over by us too. As a river races across the land, it knocks loose bits of soil and sand and rock. This fast-flowing water carries these bits with it. This water erodes riverbanks, okay? What erode means is it breaks apart rock, okay? This helps dig out river bottoms. Over time, the rushing water changes the shape of the land. So what does that mean? Well, here's a good picture of it. Over millions of years, the Colorado River has slowly eroded the rocks apart around it. That means it broke apart, okay? This is the most important force behind the formation of the Grand Canyon. Not if you guys know what the Grand Canyon is, but it's a canyon is a really big hole, okay? And how did we get that in the first place? Well, it's from water breaking apart. When a river reaches the ocean, its water suddenly slows down. And all of a sudden, all the sediment and rock that is picked up falls to the seafloor. Okay, so that's how we get all the stuff in the bottom of the ocean. All that rock is the water picks it up from somewhere else. And remember, our water keeps going, so it brings it out eventually into the ocean. This photo here shows a large amount of sediment or little rocks along the Mississippi River that dumped into the Gulf of Mexico along the coast of Louisiana. Okay, so we could see all of the stuff that's in the water. This is all the rock that the water carried with it. It's called sediment. Did you know that some of the salt in seawater actually comes from sediment and rocks that rivers pick up as they flow towards the ocean? So our water words are erode, which means to wear away. Like here we said the water was eroding or breaking down the rocks. And sediment as bits of soil and sand and rock that are picked up by rivers and dumped into the ocean. Round and round. Well, we know this part, the water cycle. All of the water in Earth's oceans, lakes, and rivers has been here for billions of years. Like we said, we may even be drinking some water that a dinosaur drank, okay? Because the water's been around forever, and it keeps going and going, right? It never stops. That's why we call it a cycle. But that doesn't mean that water's always been in the same place. We know this again. Water is special. It's the only substance found in 3 forms. Hey, we learned this last week. It could be found as a solid, right, liquid, or gas. We know that. And it can easily change from one form to another. Icicles are a solid form of water, right? We said icicles form when liquid water freezes. When that water gets too warm from a solid, it melts and turns into a liquid. Liquid water gets hot, it evaporates and forms water vapor, which is a gas. However, there's one more we didn't talk about. That's okay. We'll learn it right now. From gas to liquid. If you place an empty drinking glass in the freezer and after 10 minutes take it out and watch what happens. As warm water vapor in the air hits the cold glass, the vapor cools down and condenses. The drops of liquid water you see on the glass came from the air around it. Now, you guys might have even seen that if you've poured like a cold thing in cold water into your cup, you might have seen these little water droplets on it. That's condensation. The water cycle. Water doesn't stay in one place for long. It's always on the go, moving from oceans, lakes, and rivers to the air, to the land, and then back again. This process is called the water cycle, which is what we learned last week. And right, we even sang a song about it. Weird but true fact. It takes as many as 15 million water droplets to form a rain cloud large enough to fall to the ground. Wow, that's a lot of water drops. So how does the water cycle work? Well, round and round. Some of the rain and snow soaks into the ground. The rest lands in oceans, lakes, and rivers like this one. And the water cycle continues. Then as the sun beats down on oceans, lakes, or rivers like this one, liquid water heats up. When it gets warm enough, it evaporates, right, or rises up, and the water vapor rises into the air, where it gets colder, chilling out. As the warm, moist air moves up, it starts to cool or get colder. Cool air can't hold as much moisture as warm air. So warm water vapor condenses and forms tiny water droplets. And then what do those water droplets do? With the condensation, we get our clouds. The water droplets bump into each other. They clump together and form clouds. The drops go larger and heavier and heavier and heavier until what happens? The water comes down as precipitation and falls to the ground as rain or snow or sleet or hail. Then this rainwater soaks into the ground and then lands in oceans, lakes, and rivers, heats up, And then it goes into the clouds, and it comes back down, and we know it goes around, and it never stops. Here are 9 cool facts about water. 1. More than 2/3 of the world's fresh water, or remember that's water that's not salty that we can drink, is locked up and frozen in glaciers. My goodness. When ocean water evaporates, salt gets left behind. That's one reason that seawater is so salty. 3. Only half of the world's people have piped water in their homes. So not everyone has water pipes like we do, okay? Some people sometimes have to go out to a well to get water, okay, which is like a place where they can get water outside their house. So not everyone has pipes in their house, believe it or not. 4. A leaky faucet, ooh, I don't like that sound, that loses a drop per second could fill 16 bathtubs in 1 month. Wow, what a waste of water. Number 5. Water vapor usually stays in the air for less than 2 weeks. 6. Salt water freezes at a lower temperature than fresh water does. 7. The biggest snowflake on record fell in Montana in 1887. It was bigger than a dinner plate. Oh my gosh, can you imagine that? A snowflake the size of a dinner plate? How crazy. I can't. 8. The energy in moving water can be used to make electricity. So this is actually a place where they're called a hydraulic dam, okay, where they're taking the water and using it to make electricity, which is pretty cool. And 9, during a downpour, rain may speed at the air at 20 miles an hour. Wow, that's crazy. Those are some pretty cool facts. Water and weather. The air around us contains a variety of different gases, but when it comes to weather, the most important gas is water vapor. Water vapor can become the rain that ruins a picnic. It can become the snow that closes schools. That's why people check the weather report before deciding what clothes to wear and how to spend the day. So tomorrow in our My Big World with Clifford, we're actually going to read about different types of weather. This is a little preview. But we already know that water makes rain and snow, right? Because we've talked about this a lot last week and a little bit during our first week too. Near the ground. On cool nights, remember cool means just a little bit cold, water vapor near the ground condenses. It forms tiny water droplets. When these water droplets hang in the air, we see them as fog, right? It's very hard to see during fog. When the water vapor condenses on objects like grass, leaves, or a spider web, we see dew, right? We see this a lot, especially during the spring and summer. Okay, we'll see little drops of water on the plants and the grass when we first wake up. We call that dew. However, if the nighttime temperatures drop below the freezing point, this dew changes into a solid. The next morning, we see frost covering the grass, okay? So this happens a lot during colder months, like the end of fall and the beginning all of winter, and even sometimes during the beginning of spring. A lot of times when I have to go outside to go to school, I have to scrape frost off of my car, okay, because it froze and it makes it really hard to see out the windows. And you can see here's frost all over the trees and the grass. In the sky, the air around Earth is full of water vapor. It's close to the ground and high up in the sky. When the water vapor over our heads condenses, we see clouds. Clouds come in different shapes and sizes. Some clouds are miles and miles above the ground, where others are much closer. Scientists divide clouds into 3 different groups. We have cirrus clouds, which are these wispy little clouds, which are a sign of good weather. Cumulus clouds, which are the puffy ones that look like giant cotton balls. These can bring us some showers, rain. And stratus clouds, which are thick and low. They can often cause a full day of rain and drizzle, right? These are our dark, gloomy clouds. We get lots of rain. We've had those a lot the last couple days. Too much, too little. In some parts of the world, it rains almost every day. In other places, it hardly rains at all, which means they almost get no rain. The plants and animals in these areas know what to do to survive, though. So you guys tell me, what is the place, we've learned about this a few times, what is the place in the world that barely gets almost any rain? What's that place called where we don't get lots of rain and it's hot? the desert, right? Like our picture here. Here's a desert in southeastern Africa. It gets less than half of an inch of rain each year. It gets almost nothing. So if you see here, the ground's all dry and cracked, right? Because there's no water. Sometimes a storm can dump too much rain. Rivers overflow and we get floods. Okay, we know, unfortunately, friends know what a flood is. We had a flood at school one time, right? Do you remember when the water in the laundry room went all over the place and made our carpet soaked and we had to let all the toys dry, right? That's a flood. That can happen outside too. When there's too much water, it can happen on like a road, right? The road has too much water on it and we get a flood there too. The water can destroy some plants, okay? There's too much water. Other times, there's little or no rain, right? Like in our desert here. When little or no rain falls for weeks and weeks, we call this a drought. Well, the soil dries out and plants die, okay? Because we know plants need water to live. So if there's no rain, the plants can't survive anymore. People also then have to conserve or make sure they don't drink too much of the water they have so they don't run out. Too little rain can be just as damaging as too much rain, right? Too much rain, we get a flood. Too little rain, it makes all our plants sick, and we don't really have a lot of water to drink. Let it snow. In the winter, chilly air can freeze some of the teeny tiny water droplets that make up the cloud. Nearby liquid droplets stick to the ice and they freeze. As more and more droplets freeze and clump together, the ice crystals grow heavier and heavier, and finally they come down as precipitation as snow. Falling ice crystals collide and form snowflakes. So these are beautiful. We can't really see this when it happens when it snows, right? But if we were to take a microscope and zoom up close, this is what snowflakes actually look like. They're beautiful, okay? They make these beautiful shapes. Falling ice crystals collide and form snowflakes. By the time a flake hits the ground, it contains thousands of crystals. Did you know? Well, we actually do know this. If falling snow starts to melt or mixes with rain, it becomes sleet, right? Sleet we get during the winter. However, if raindrops freeze as they hit the cool ground, they become freezing rain. If whipping winds toss raindrops high in the sky, they could freeze solid and become hail. Says, fun fact, this is our weird but true fact, hailstones can be as big as a grapefruit. My goodness, that is big. Water in our body. Now, we've talked about this before. We need water to live, okay? We need to drink water throughout the day, like this. Drinking water helps keep our body healthy. But why? Well, let's find out. And we're actually going to talk about this a lot next week, because next week we're going to talk about why we need water, and we're going to talk all about why we drink water and why animals drink water. Water just isn't just an important part of our earth. It's an important part of our body too. More than half of your body weight is water. My goodness. So half of me and half of you is made up of water. Your body uses water in all different kinds of ways, from digesting food, which means it helps break the food down into energy we can use, to getting rid of germs. Ooh, so that's certainly important, right? We don't want to get sick. So we definitely want to drink water. Your body loses water whenever you sweat, right? We know this happens a lot during Zumba, right? We get really sweaty, right, from working out too much and too much dancing. So it says it's important to drink plenty of water to replace the water that you lose when you sweat. It says you could actually live without a whole month. Hold on, let me retry that. I messed that up, guys. Weird but true fact. You could live for a month without any food, but you could only live without water for a week. So you could go a whole month without food, but water, you can't even go a whole week without it. That's how important water is. And see, these kids are being very healthy here by drinking water. Wow, they're also wearing helmets when they ride their bikes. These seem like some healthy and safe kids. Water in your life. You probably drink about half a gallon of water every day. My goodness. But you also need water to clean your food, clothes, and body, right? We do that. You guys have seen Miss Jenna before we eat our snack, right? She washes off our apples or other fruits and makes sure they're nice and clean. We also wash our hands all the time at school, right? Not just before we eat, but all day long to make sure it's clean. We also take a shower and bath to make sure we're clean. We wash our clothes in the washing machine. So water definitely is very important just to keep us clean alone. Believe it or not, you probably use between 80 and 100 gallons of water every single day. My goodness, that's a lot of water. Think about all the ways your family uses water. Using the table below, you can figure out how much water your family uses in 1 week. So, it says to flush a toilet, we use about 6 gallons of water per flush. Shower is about 8 gallons of water per minute. A bath is about 40 gallons of water per bath. Wow, this is a lot. A washing machine is 60 gallons of water. A dishwasher is 15 gallons. Brushing your teeth is 10 gallons, and washing your hands is 2 gallons. So that's a lot of water just in a couple things that we do, right? That doesn't even count the water that we're drinking. That's just keeping us clean. Water warning. We drink water. We use it to cook, clean, and carry waste out of our homes. Waste is all the gross stuff, right? Like when we flush the toilet, wash our hands, okay? Take a shower, all that dirty stuff that comes out of our home. Farmers use water to grow plants, and companies use it to make products. So we use water for a lot of things. Since the 1950s, the amount of water has tripled. That means we use 3 times the amount of water that people used to use in the 50s. We use water for a lot of stuff. But unfortunately, the amount of water hasn't changed. So we're using even more and more water than people used to use, but we still have the same amount of water. As we know, because the water cycle is where we get all our water from. So even though we're using more water, the amount of water that's available to us hasn't changed. So that seems like a problem, right? In some places, water is being used faster than it can be replaced. Scientists have to worry that eventually we might start to run out of water to do some of the things we want. So what can we do? Well, we need to use water wisely or smartly. Like if you guys think about it, say you're brushing your teeth, okay? I turn on the water to wet my toothbrush. But as I'm brushing my teeth, should I leave the water on? No, what a waste of water, right? We want to turn off water when we're not using it, okay? That's a way we can save water because we don't want to eventually run out of water. We're probably not going to, but we want to make sure we can save water for everything we need, okay? So this person is collecting water in rain barrels. These people are then going to use this water to water their plants or wash your car. Wow, that's a pretty good idea. They're saving up to 1,300 gallons of water during the summer months by collecting rainwater. Having enough water isn't our only problem. We also need to keep water clean. Now, this is super important. We're going to be talking about this on a lot this month. Okay, we're going to be talking about a holiday called Earth Day. We want to help keep our planet clean. We don't want to make our water dirty. Remember, this is what we're drinking, and this is what we're taking a bath in. So if we make the water dirty, we're not going to want to use it. So we have to keep our water clean. It says right now, ships are dumping trash into the ocean. Friends, should we throw garbage in our water? No, right? It's going to make the water dirty. And again, we're supposed to be drinking this water. We want to keep it clean. Factories are dumping waste into rivers and streams. All this pollution can make water dangerous to drink. Pollution is a word that means we're making water or air dirty, gross. So we do not throw garbage in the water ever. When we do this, it can harm fish and other animals that live in the water. So we want to keep our waters clean. We don't want to make the fish sick, right? So if I'm throwing garbage in my ocean or my lake or my pond, it's going to make the fish and other plants that live there sick. So we don't want to do that. And again, we also have to drink that water. So we do not want to throw yucky things in the water because it can make us sick, make plants sick, and make animals sick. We all need to work together to keep our planet clean and stop pollution. So here, these people are cleaning garbage up, okay, to help keep their water clean. So they're going around and cleaning up garbage. But you know what? If people just didn't throw the garbage there in the first place, this wouldn't happen. Okay, so here's some words we learned. Condense means to change from a gas to a liquid. Evaporate changes from a liquid to a gas. Pollution is harmful or gross things that make water or air dirty. Freezing is what happens when liquid water changes to solid. Our glacier is that big sheet of ice that we have on Earth. And water vapor is the gas that forms from water when we heat it up. The end. Okay, guys, so like I said, we're going to continue talking about water today, tomorrow, and the rest of next week. I'm going to do a little science experiment later with Skittles, okay? And we're going to see what happens later. So I don't know when I'm going to post that video, but I will post it later today. But before we do that, we're going to do some math before we go. We're going to sing our 10 Little Monkey song again. So I need your guys' help. Can you guys show me 10 fingers? And we're going to sing our 10 Little Monkey song. Ready? 10 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. So we have 10. Take away 1 is 9. 9 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. So we have 9. Take away 1 is 8. 8 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. So we're going to take away 1 more. We have 8. Take away 1 is 7. Good. So you guys can show me 7 fingers. 7 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. So we're going to take away 1 more. Right? So 7, take away 1 is 6. Everyone show me 6 fingers. 6 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. And so we're going to take away 1 more. So 6, take away 1 is 5. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Good, we're going to take away 1 more. So 5, take away 1 is 4. Ready? Show me 4 fingers. 4 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Good. We're going to take away 1 more. So 4, take away 1 is, I don't know how I have this hand still. 4, take away 1 is 3. Everyone show me 3 fingers. 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Good, so we're going to take away 1 more. So 3, take away 1 is 2. 2 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. And we're going to take away 1 more. And 2, take away 1 is 1 left. 1 little monkey jumping on the bed. He fell off and bumped his head. So Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. We take away one more, and one take away one is 0. No more monkeys. Bye-bye, monkeys. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to do blast off again. So I need all my friends to stand up. Okay, and we're going to slowly count down and from 10 to 1, right? And I'm going to jump up like a rocket ship. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Good. One more time, rocket ships. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Good job, guys. Okay, so what I'd like everyone to do after this video is go around your house and find any blue objects you can find. And you can send me a picture of you and your blue stuff while wearing your blue t-shirt or whatever blue thing you're wearing. And I will send all those pictures around an email later tonight. I'm also going to later upload my video about me dissolving the Skittles, and you guys can see that. I've also attached to here our handwriting for the day, and I'm going to attach our scissor skulls. So same as usual, if you want, you could send me a picture or a scan of it, or you can just put it in a folder and bring it back when we return to school, and I will look at it then. So that's it for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Happy Blue Day.